Welcome, Aries. This is your June 29th to July 5th forecast. And for you, we have a spiritual growth and development as a highlighted focus for you this week from an astrological perspective. And we're going to get into those details as well as get you some messages of guidance and encouragement from your guides here. So you're showing up here as a focus. Okay, so you may be working on ways to regulate your emotions here. You may also be finding like particular ways that you can grow and develop and enhance your spirituality. And you may be like taking those moments out to do your meditations, to learn, to watch things, allow yourself to come into new revelations. You're focusing on expanding your consciousness and your third eye, allowing that to open, allowing things to come to you. So I really do see here that you are putting in that work, and you do want to advance and to grow your spirituality here. You may also be seeking a little bit of solitude here. So we did briefly speak on those self-care practices, but you may be like tired of just the chaos that's happening around in your external environment. And that doesn't necessarily mean like in your home. It could be like just what's happening in the world today here. Or it could be in the home here, just however it resonates. But there does appear to be a lot going on, a lot happening around you, and you're just looking for peace and solitude, and to have those moments where you do and are able to connect deeply within and just experience that source version of yourself where it's peace, where it's quiet, where it's stillness. Okay, what else do we have here? All right, so we have your problems being solved and resolved. And then we also have you remembering who you are, remembering all that you desire and deserve, and not accepting or settling for less. Wonderful. So let's look at some challenges here. So you may find it difficult to find some balance here, to get that alone time, to replenish your soul, growth and advancement here. So there may be some things that need to be balanced out here. Okay, so what else? Yeah, there's a lot of messages available to you and coming towards you. So as you are working to continue to expand this connection that you have with you, ultimately, there's more information that's going to be coming to you. So really look out for those signs and synchronicities throughout your day, because those are messages. That's the universe communicating with you. That's source communicating with you. So you're being guided to pay attention to those things, to look up those signs and synchronicities, and receive those extra messages. Also, connecting within, utilizing your intuition, because there's more information coming to you that way as well. But for some reason, like all of it's not reaching you. And that's just a part of your process, a part of your journey, a part of you growing and opening yourself up to receive more and more. So that will happen over time as you're ready for it, as you allow it. But it is here. There's more messages for you is what I'm hearing. What else here? So we have the 10 of Pentacles. So there could quite specifically be families issues needing resolved within the family unit is how I wanted to say that. So yeah, that could definitely be a source of contention, or there could be areas where you're experiencing resistance, yeah, within your relationships, within your family environment. This could also be if for some of you, and maybe it's just one person that I'm hearing this message for, but for some of you, it may not necessarily be in the home because you may be single, but it may be in your working environment, okay? So just, again, apply this how it resonates, and if it doesn't, then just leave it for someone else. But yeah, that's definitely coming up as a challenge here that we're seeing. What else? Yeah, you getting more rest and relaxation and replenishing that cup. So here we do see that it is going to be a focus for you, but it may come up as a challenge for you. As we know, there may be some other things that bubble to the surface here, some other, we'll call them issues, but just challenges for you, some contrasts for you that you will need to work through here. But you connecting, doing your self-care practices, allowing those messages to come through to you is going to help you and assist you. So rather than viewing that, we're looking at challenges again here. So rather than viewing that as a challenge, you have this opportunity here. You know that it's going to happen, or it has a potential to happen. So you can say like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to make sure I get my meditation time in, or I'm going to make sure that I'm doing my breathing exercises, or I take a moment of calm before I respond in situations. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can approach this now that you do have this information. Okay, so let's look at your beliefs here. So we have the Knight of Pearls here. So yeah, you do want everything to just be copacetic. You want everything to work itself out. You are really either connected to or connecting with that higher dimension of yourself, fifth dimension, whatever dimension that you feel you're at. You are truly existing there. And that doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect, because yeah, challenges will still come your way because you're having a human experience, and that's what you designed for yourself to do, to work through things, to evolve, to grow. So that doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect, but that is just your confirmation of like, that's how you're engaging with the world. That's you allowing yourself to be open to what comes your way, trusting and knowing that you can handle anything. Okay. So let's see your approach here. Wonderful, emotionally balanced. Wonderful to see from you, Aries, because you know you often get that reputation for being the hothead, for being assertive, for maybe being a little too assertive at times, but we do see you here coming through, at least attempting to regulate your emotions as a part of this process and be emotionally intelligent as these issues are coming up. So that's connecting and confirming that you are on that higher frequency here. So I love it. I love it. All right, so let's see your external environment. Okay, wonderful. There's a lot of opportunities. There's love. So if that's something you're desiring, this is opportunities and new beginnings. So specifically, it can be love if that's what you're desiring and wanting, or it can be just new philosophies, new ideas, you recognizing the beauty in how far you've ascended here and the frequency that you're on now. And this could also be from a financial perspective as well, financial abundance and opportunities coming through to you. What else? What else is in the external environment? Yeah, absolutely. So for some of you, this is definitely about financial wealth and gain and abundance. For others of you, this is about finding that emotional support system and you receiving just what you're putting out as far as emotional balance and being able to properly manage your emotions and have that higher level of emotional intelligence here. So yeah, your partner is meeting you with that. They're responding to that. They're inspired by you being that way and displaying your emotions in a constructive way and communicating in a constructive way. You're inspiring your partner, your children, others that are around you and seeing that, your working environment, however you're applying this. Yeah, it's definitely seen and noticed, and you're being an inspiration to others by you working through your problems in a constructive way. This is also a confirmation of security in some way. So you finding that within yourself or your partner reconfirming that for you in some way or another. Okay, so let's look at guidance here. So we have the Queen. Yeah, you are showing up here like in all your glory. We have kings and we have queens up here because you are, yeah, ascending to that place of where, I love it. I'm going to put the king and queen together here, because I just see like a lot of emotional fulfillment and security, and you protecting each other, you providing for each other, you reciprocating energies between each other. And again, for some of you, if you are single, this is you being this way with you, your ego, your higher self, being fully connected, and you leveraging the ego and accepting who you are in all aspects, and using that ego for its purpose. That's to help you see, to help you grow, to help you change, to shine a light on areas where you may have some lack, or some belief systems that just aren't true. This is you creating that balance as well between your divine masculine and divine feminine qualities and characteristics. Wonderful. What else? Let's look at some outcomes here. New beginnings on the way here. Excuse me, whatever you want to apply this to, we have new beginnings coming through for you. I love that. What else? So we have rest here. So this is a really strong message about resting, because you may be draining yourself in some way here, and it may be even stronger than you think. So that's what this is telling me, that some of you are like, oh, I have off Friday, so I'll just rest then. But it's so important for you as you're progressing throughout your week to get in those moments of rest and relaxation, even if it's just a couple breaths, even if it's just you going to the bathroom or taking your break or going on a walk or whatever this is, and just having those moments where you're doing some deep breaths, or whatever it is that you do for self-care practices, whether it's journaling, whether it's exercising, okay, whether it's meditating, whether it's just getting more sleep, going to bed earlier. Okay, definitely get those self-care practices in. What else do we have? So we have desires, and you getting back to that and sharing that with your partner. So like I said, with the security, that loyalty, that commitment to each other and to yourselves is here. And that's in alignment with your desires and the things that you're dreaming and the visualizations that you have. So we have growth here as well. That is lovely to see. And that is what we were talking about as well. So this is just that confirmation that, yeah, you have shifted, you have ascended. And also, as a part of that process, there's still work to be done. So that doesn't mean that, like, oh yeah, I'm in 5D now, so I'm not gonna have any issues, or there may not be those moments where I revert back. Yeah, absolutely possible, and there's nothing wrong. You cannot do anything wrong here. This is about you learning and growing and understanding why you feel the way you feel and why you're doing the things that you're doing, and making adjustments along the way, evaluating, adjusting, and moving on, and letting go of anything that is not for you anymore, anything that's not serving you from these experiences that you would define as not as fulfilling, or not what you're desiring. When you take the lesson from that, like, that is the purpose of it. It served its purpose, and now it is time to let it go. But sometimes we stay in that energy, we keep repeating the experience, we keep creating it and giving it energy, and badgering ourselves about, oh well, I should have did this, or I shouldn't have said that, or we try to change it in all different shapes and sizes and kind of ways, as opposed to just, okay, this happened. What am I learning from this? Okay, I've learned it, so now I'm going to let this go and move on. Okay, so what else do we have here? So we have self-love and awareness, acceptance. Do you feel worthy? So you knowing your purpose and understanding your power, influence, and your gifts. So that is also a wonderful message here. So even though we are focused, yeah, I'm hearing, so this is from a relationship perspective and you knowing who you are and knowing what you deserve, as well as a spiritual development perspective. Okay, so I'm also seeing that you can apply this even to your financial situation. So for some of you in particular, the vision I'm seeing is you being at your workplace and not being appreciated, not being respected, and that being triggering for you. Okay, so that being one of those ways that you may find yourself like reverting back to, like, okay, yeah, you about to get the Aries. Okay, so yeah, so let's just move to self-love, self-awareness, and you staying in that energy and connecting with that, and using your emotional intelligence and your ability to regulate your emotions from a higher perspective as you're confronting contrast and challenges. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have for outcomes? Oh, okay, so we have transformation happening, and this is happening regardless of if some of you want it or not, but I feel like everyone's pretty much on board with this. There may be some that may be a little comfortable in that comfort zone, but divine intervention is coming through because you are king, queen energy, emperor, empress energy. And it is time for you to always be in that energy and to accept nothing less, because that is who you are, just because you exist, and that's it. So yeah, it is time to transition into that state of being and knowing, and we know that some of you are already there, but there's more I'm hearing, even for those of you that are already there. Because again, we said earlier, like, just because you're there doesn't mean that you won't have those moments or you're not still growing and learning lessons as a part of your journey. So that is still happening. So don't come down hard on yourself if you feel like, oh yeah, that's the old me that came out right there. Don't feel bad for yourself. Learn those lessons. Clear up any miscommunications, any areas where you know that you could have had a better response, and you feel like just that apology is warranted, and that communication and talk through things is needed and necessary because you care and you care about the relationship. Clear those moments up. Let that clarity be there. Forgive yourself and forgive others. Learn your lessons and move on. All right, what else do we have here for outcomes? Strength, bravery, courage. I love that, because we know you are not afraid to go for it, to experiment, to try it out, to step outside of your comfort zone. And this is you having that strength to do that. What else? And judgment. Everything happening exactly how it needs to. Everything being resolved in your highest good. And again, that doesn't mean perfectly or you getting exactly what you want. That means you're getting exactly what you need in order to learn and to grow and to move forward in your life. Okay, so all will be well. All will work out exactly how it is intended to. Okay, give me one more here. We also have the Seven of Cups here, resulting in a lot of options for you. So I love to see that, because we have new beginnings, transformations happening here that are leading you to more options, more creation, more ideas, more solutions, more paths that you can go down, more abundance. It's all here. And it is going to be important for you to connect deeply within to figure out which of these options, which of these paths are right for you, and what's important to you and what you want to focus on as well. Okay. I know I want to round this out here. Let me just round it out here. Okay, and then we have you also Okay, so we know, and we did say earlier that, yeah, you may be tempted to go back to the old version of you because that is where your comfort lies. That's where you know how things are going to react. That's where you know it's easier to just, say this or say that and be done with it. But this is you having that opportunity to step outside of your comfort zone and to do something different. And now that you know, because I don't need to tell you that you elevated your frequency. I don't need to tell you that. You know that already. So you know where you are. And now you do have this journey where you are completely letting go of things that aren't serving you, of old belief systems, of old patterns, those ideas in your subconscious that are creating that sense of lack, that are keeping you from achieving and reaching your goals here for particular things here, because you've made a lot of progress here and you should be very proud of that. But as we are having a human experience, there may be still some things underneath the surface there that may bubble up, that may tempt you, that may distract you. But you got this because you know it now. Okay, so let's see what else. We have open connections. That's so wonderful. You are being invited to connect more deeply within, and we also have telepathy with communications, transmissions occurring and happening. So I feel like we did speak to both of these things. I don't want to get the readings mixed up here, but I thought we did mention that there are messages for you and you're being invited to more deeply connect. Yes, we did mention that here because the moon came out. Also, we do have master number 22. So I am going to put a link to a short in the video description if you are interested in learning more about that number, or you can just Google it if you feel called to do that. But there may be some spiritual significance here on that number and your path and where you are that will help you understand your calling and your purpose as to why you came here. Some of you may already know that, but it never hurts to get a little more information along the way. All right, so what else do we have? Financial discipline. So that's so interesting that is coming out because someone definitely needed to see this and hear this. And we did talk about new opportunities coming your way and that you can apply this to any aspect of your life. So here for some of you, this is absolutely directly tied to your finances. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to round this out with one more. I keep getting cards. I keep being like, okay, this is the last one. Then I keep getting more. Okay, this is the last one for sure because I love the way that this is ending with opportunities in all aspects, in all areas, you connecting more deeply with yourself and really shining your light, your self-awareness, your self-love, your self-confidence, your strength. Okay, Aries, so those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.